Good afternoon, everybody. Our next three guests are indeed the real hosts of the Eurovision Song Contest. Their careers are full of successes from music to TV. So please give a huge welcome to Laura Pausini, Alessandro Cattelan, and Mika. Yes, in the center, please. With Laura in the center, please.
The center.
One, two,
Laura
three.
and middle.
Hello.
Yes, of course.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hi, how are you? It's a pleasure to meet you. How are you?
Laura.
Thank you.
Laura. Okay. So the first question is, what about your journey through the Eurovision Song Contest? How is it going?
So far, so good.
Yeah, so far so good. Adoro la frase proprio. Sorry. And no, I personally know it was a intense journey, but I wanted to, jump in it because it's so exciting, something very new for me, and I'm really proud to be here with my Ale and Mika and to discover new songs, because this is a music contest, it's a music moment that can help us to keep in touch again with European sounds, and in a way to give a message also of unity, which is something so important right now.
Yeah. Yes. So far, so good, as I was saying, and we get along. We get along well. We get along well. I think we are well balanced group of people. Everyone has his own peculiarity.
Yeah.
It exists as a word. Yeah, peculiarity. But we share the same value. We like to enjoy what we are doing, and I think we are having a good time.
Yes.
I think in some sort of way we could say that we have the less difficult job compared to all the delegations that have to present themselves. I mean, we get to talk, we get to laugh, we get to have fun, and she gets to change clothes 56 times.
I mean, like, I'm exhausted, I can say. Yeah, like, I want to put a pajama right now,
amazing. The Laura quick change is something that is something to behold.
No, you talk about this. I mean, you like very much to change your dresses.
No, yeah, it's true. I do like to change dresses, but only when no one can see me.
Oh, because you see something about me.
No, I'm joking. No,
Everything is in the right
Italy.
place.
It's Italy. If you don't take it to the next level in terms of the clothes and the fashion, and definitely there's a lot of taking to the next level that's happening, and it's all part of having fun, doing something that also has quite significance in this moment, and we are all three very conscious of that. You know, the first day that we got here, which was last Sunday, they put us on stage and we had to rehearse the voting.
Yeah.
Right? And I got really anxious. I actually got goosebumps. And I think we all did. We all just started looking at each other. We're like, oh my God, this is real. This is real. And I feel like my journey, at least speaking for myself, as far as Eurovision feels, it feels like it started a long time ago. I remember we used to force, me and my sisters, to force my parents to bring the television from the living room and put it in the kitchen.
Oh, really?
And then we would watch it in the kitchen and have screaming arguments about what we thought was amazing and what we thought was awful. Then I went from that to just kind of being with my friends, drinking beers in pubs and arguing again about what we loved, what we didn't like. But so to be here today is really an honor. I feel very lucky to be able to have so much fun.
Thank you.
With them.
Bravo, Mika.
Yep. Thanks.
E uno anche Ale.
No, but you really should see the quick change. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, I love Kiss Boys.
I mean, the dresses are amazing. Her dresses are amazing. That's all I'm saying.
So let's start, but before, we would like to remind you that this press conference is all from our virtual press center and all from this, the journalists here in Turin. So let's start with the first question. Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Angela Calvini. My newspaper is Avvenire, a daily Italian newspaper. You are conscious that this is a very difficult moment because of the war in Ukraine, and the announced theme of Eurovision is about peace. So which is, in your opinion, both, all of you, the message that Eurovision and all the European singers can send outside to make a real effort and strong message about peace? Thank you so much.
Well, I think it's a very simple word, which is music. Music is peace. Music is a message of unity, I think, no? And we are here to let music continue his journey, because it's not fair to stop music. We are here all together, hand by hand, to say something that is very clear and direct through the music. Music is the best symbol we can have, is the greatest goosebump we can feel. And it's a simple and short word, which means peace in the same time, for me.
I think I completely agree with that sentiment, and I think that the music is also a tool to evaluate people, to evaluate the situation differently. I think it's something that definitely unites, just like Laura said, and I think it also enables people to showcase what makes them all so different at the same time. It's funny, today we were watching for the first time the semifinals really coming together with all the different acts, that's in the rehearsal, which I think a lot of you saw. And it's just amazing to see all these different cultures, all these different languages, all these different sounds, and how people are kind of, really proud about where they come from and the fact that they can exist on the same stage, and that being within the context of a European stage. It's a fundamental value of the concept of Europe and its universality, something that is from ages before. Victor Hugo used to talk about universality, but it's just, I sat there and I was just like, it's incredible, from the Albanian entry to the Portuguese entry to the Ukrainian entry. It's the diversity is something that really is remarkable to see and very inspiring. So,
yeah, I think Eurovision always sent a great message of peace, of respect for diversities, and I don't think we can do a lot for this current situation, but I think that events like this can educate people in the future for respecting each other more and love each other more.
And young people too. Sorry if I interrupt you, but I feel that kids are the one that are suffering the most the moment we are living after COVID. And it's an opportunity for us as mother and fathers, and for them watching Eurovision, to finally breathe, to finally have something that can be like a very deepful meaning song or a dance one, and it can help you very much to relax yourself and having a smile. So it's also very dedicated to the young generation, from my opinion. That's so important.
Thank you for your answer. And next question will be from the online press. So it's Juan Lopez Martinez that wants to know, how did you find this rehearsal? Are there still points to improve?
oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely,
We hope
definitely.
so.
That's what rehearsals are for. Yeah, there's a lot to improve, but I'm super confident that we will all get to that point.
Yeah.
It's a big machine.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's really a big machine, and I feel like there's so many parts to it. Everything has been built independently, kind of, and now we're putting it all together for the first time. It's a big mechanism. There are, more than 1,500 people at the same time working on the show. So it's you can imagine to put it all together is
It's a huge
quite
machine.
challenge.
Tough one.
Thank you. Ben?
Okay, yes, please.
You sing a song?
No, it's better not.
Because then we give
So-
the points.
Just one.
I only ask a question for, I'm Tiziana Leone from Il Secolo XIX. My first question is for Mika and Laura Pausini. I would like to ask you if you can tell us how will be the duet that you will do in the second semifinal, because there is a great moment between you two, and how will be, and how did you choose the song that you were going to sing? And after also for Alessandro Cattelan, if you can tell us something about the opening of the semifinal that you will do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mika,
Okay.
tell the truth.
Well, do you like it?
No, yeah, of course. Of course.
It's quite a beautiful moment. It's very pure, and we wanted to do something that was quite pure and musical, where the lyrics and the intention of the original artists was the thing that we put most in value and most in front. So it's actually it's again a message of unity.
Yeah, we wanted to take advantage of this very special moment for us on stage to give a message. So we wanted to find songs that were able to help us to say something we believed, both of us, of course, and in the same times to be very not only clear but very simple. You will see something that is really dedicated on our voices and the message we are going to sing. No, I want to say everything, but I don't know
wanna say everything too.
if I can.
It's funny that the most simple thing somehow just it's a bit of a goosebumpy moment.
We were really focused on the search of the right songs to say something, because I can say it is a little journey inside the journey of Eurovision, because if you please follow what we are going to sing, because it starts with a kind of feeling that is growing up and goes to the final message, which is probably the most important one of...
I can't resist.
I can't resist.
No,
to tell.
I just want to say,
Did you see
there
it?
will be a moment
Yeah,
where we sing some Patti Smith. Patti Smith.
No, you didn't say anything about it, right? No.
I saw them and they are great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you will see. And
It's a yes for us.
it's a 2 points for Mika and Laura. Talking about me, I think that self-irony is one of the most important things in life. And so I'm doing a cold opening when I try to tell to the European people how Italian people prepare for an event like this. And I don't think I can say too much. There will be a spectacular choreography with the dancer and stuff, but I don't think I'm allowed to say more.
Thank you. Next question is from Romania, and it's for Mika. The question is, you just finished the North American tour. What was it like touring and preparing for Eurovision at the same time?
It was a nightmare. I didn't sleep. It was really, I remember we were, I was on my way to Coachella, and I was doing video conferences, at the same time. And then I was like, I've got to go, I've got to warm up, I've got to go and sing. But I was working into the night, and then in the morning, and then doing the shows. But all in all, when you're part of something so big, it's such an opportunity, it gives you a rush of adrenaline. And so that carries you, I don't know what I'll be like on Sunday, probably just a baked potato, but you won't be seeing me on Sunday, so it doesn't matter. I will be with my dogs and just kind of, but it's amazing. Look, we're all working really hard. We all had the privilege of bringing authors with us as well, who write. with each other and for us, and they're probably the best in the country.
Yeah.
When you put them all together and you look at these authors all kind of like arguing about every single tiny detail, and then it's really quite something. It's quite a fun experience. Every single gesture that you do, everything we say, when you're doing a show that's being watched by 4 million people, is significant. When you do a show that's being watched by 14, 16 million people like Sanremo, that's significant.
Oh, God.
When you do a show that's being watched by 200 million people,
You want to run away.
yeah.
You don't want to think about it.
You want to think about it, yeah. No, it's amazing. Grazie for this invitation.
Okay, another question, yes.
Ciao, I'm Simon from Polish Radio Newsletter. Talking about this preparation to Eurovision Song Contest, how many times you talk to each other, relax, take it easy.
Or the opposite.
And there will be non è possibile dividere la storia di voi triangle. Since now,
Molto bene! Non è possibile dividere la storia di noi tre all'Eurovision.
I'm curious to hear my quote.
I will
Which is
ask you
gonna be
about
my quote.
something. Yes, you don't seem to be like Amadeus in Sanremo. You are.
No, he's very different.
Yeah, exactly. How influential you were as host to bring you to hosting the Eurovision Song Contest. The phrases you're saying were imposed, or you could add something from you.
Oh.
Tranchant.
You can take your seat,
The things
please.
coming from us,
Yeah.
we had the chance to add something that came from us, but we had time to share it with
Between us.
yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
between us and with the writers
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I think right now at this point, what we are about to say has been like checked. But we had plenty of time to say what we wanted to say and to
Yeah.
try to add what we wanted to add.
I mean,
And
Yeah.
I think
we had a lot of freedom.
Yeah, and we are not robots. I mean, all of us, we are a little stubborn, I think, and
Yeah.
we have our, personality is a little bit sometimes crazy. So, working, with the writers, in fact, we work together. They always ask us what we like to say or not, and we have a lot of countdowns while we are talking, right?
Yeah.
Time. No, 1 second, 2 seconds, stop. That's very difficult for me because I like very much to talk, and so sometimes I'm starting a new argument and no, I'm taking a look at Ale or Mika and they are like, okay, so.
Yeah. And in Italian, I speak very fast. I can read a newspaper in 1 minute. With the English, it's a little bit better because
true.
I had to slow down a bit.
Me too.
When I first met Alessandro and he was presenting in Italian, I had just learned Italian, like literally that summer. And I get to this big TV show and I'm sitting down, everyone's being really nice and he's being really nice. Then he gets on stage and we're live on air and I've just learned Italian, okay? I've only been speaking for a few months. And then he starts to go,
Ciao, benvenuti a una nuova edizione di bla bla bla. Allora, adesso vi aspettiamo. What the fuck is saying? I don't get a word. I don't get a word. What
And
is
then-
this guy saying?
I literally just like stared at him. I just had a panic attack. We did this. The first thing you do when you're at Eurovision is we all walk in and they do these table readings, just like in that movie about I Love Lucy with Nicole Kidman.
You always mention
I'm
this,
obsessed with
so
that
you
movie.
like it, obsessed.
So we walk in and there's this table, this big table with like 20 people, and then there's us, and we have to read, and they're all looking at us. That's wrong. That's good. That's bad. And but then actually at the beginning was very nerve-wracking, and then afterwards
Yeah.
we started rewriting things ourselves and saying, no, that's not. That could be funnier, or let's talk about pizza.
That's not my tone. Or
Yeah, exactly. You take that. I'll take that. It's become fun.
Grazie.
you.
Thank you.
I have a question for Laura. what do you think about the trend that we are seeing more native languages than English return to the Eurovision the last few years, and it's from Poland?
All right, so this is the question for me. I understand, because I'm a very big fan since the very beginning of languages and, you know, cultures, and to listen to, for example, France is coming with a song saying in Breton, oui, which is something very new, I think, for them too, you know? So that's very interesting, because it's an opportunity for all the audience and for us to learn, to watch, to discover, and to be curious also, and then probably go visiting a place. Like, it's a way for us to invite foreign people to come to Italy, and probably for us Italian to visit other places through the music in another language. And they dress, I mean, I'm in love with this. This is life for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question. Yes, you, please. You.
Andrea Spinelli.
Laura Pausini is introducing you. That's an honor, I guess.
No, but because I started, when I started in the very beginning of my career, he was one of the very first one that supported me, so you know.
Yes, so you better ask a nice question.
Yeah, I hope. I have two questions. The first question is about the
You can take off your mask if you want. Because
okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
I have two questions. The first one is about, there are some rumors about the tribute to Raffaella Carrà. Is true or not? And what you can do, you can take about it. And the other one is for Mika. Some years ago, BBC proposed you to represent UK, and you told, no, I don't like that kind of music of Eurovision. Why you change your mind?
Yeah, and thank you so much for bringing that one up.
To be honest, I was about to ask him. I was about to ask him the same question.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. Look, so can we start with the first question?
Yes, I'm going to answer to this one. Scoppia, scoppia, mi scoppia il cuore. Look, I was the one that I proposed to make tribute to the one and only, the greatest, Raffaella Carrà. So, as long as we have a schedule to follow, because I personally discovered now that Eurovision is not very much like Sanremo, that you can, you know, build a list of things that you want to do. Here you have rules that are always the same year by year, so we don't have such a long time to dedicate to all the ideas. For example, in my mind, we're flying high to her. But of course, it's not possible not to mention her. She's, for me, for Italy, for Spain, for a lot of countries in Europe, an icon. She is, so she will be here with us.
Thank you.
So, no, you're right. No, I did say, I made a negative comment about, at that time, I think it was in the UK press, right? Now, firstly, I would like to say, you know, have you ever said something that you would end up regretting a few years later? I'm sure you have. And so I don't think necessarily, what I said was actually, you know, a reaction to the request that was made at that time. I think that I've watched Eurovision my whole life. I've admired it and, you know, also not liked certain things about it, just like everybody that watches it, and that's part of it. Kind of having a strong reaction. Like I said earlier, being in a pub in the UK and arguing about whether you thought something was good or whether it wasn't is part of the process. I actually think it's an amazing show. I think it's an amazing opportunity to see loads of these different artists from around Europe present themselves, and Australia.
But
I think
weren't you too famous to be part of the contest?
No, not at all. Because, like, for example, there's loads of people that are writing songs or presenting themselves. Even for France in the past, people have done it. It's not about that. I think in the last 5 years, even more, there has been an enormous investment on the part of the EBU and Eurovision to bring the show to a real sense of relevance. To be relevant in terms, without losing everything that makes this show so amazing and everything that we love about it, and the big contrasts and the glitter, but also, great songs that sound like they come from different places, not all sounding the same at all. Production values that have completely stepped up, spectacular shows, set design. It's almost like now a competition to see what country can do better than the one before. And that goes for the songs, that goes for the presentation, that goes for the set, the lights, the photography, everything. There's been a massive, massive, massive kind of like engagement when it comes to Eurovision. And it's just amazing to see the impact that it has. Maneskin is remarkable, but before that too, I mean, just like those images of Conchita Wurst a few years ago, remarkable, really quite amazing. And there have been moments in the past that I have adored it. At that time, I didn't, want to present myself as a singer doing it, but that doesn't mean that when I was younger watching Dana International on that stage, that it didn't suddenly feel like one of the most amazing things I'd ever seen as a kid. I was like, wow, look at that. Where else, at that time when there was Dana International in the 90s, where else was an artist like that discussing, without even discussing, all those gender issues, but just putting it there in the spotlight? And that, for me, was remarkable. So it's all part of a journey. Do I regret saying something like that a few years ago in this very moment as I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable on this seat? Yes, of course. But am I going to have the best time and try and make this the best possible thing I possibly can and rise to the challenge? Yes, I will, because I love it and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank
Pensavi di
you very much.
fregarlo, eh? You thought you got him.
Thank you very much. I have to say that the time for this press conference went so fast, and I have just the time for the last question, a question we'll love to ask. And yeah, you wanna
Ma
listen
guarda,
to
una
him?
mascherina
Yes,
fighissima, dai.
okay, just
Dai,
the last one. Yes, you can ask. Okay, okay.
Okay, I'm not sure if you can read it, Laura, pero te amo.
Beh, l'ho beccato io, vedi, deve essere uno dei miei.
Te amo. Okay, so I'm Ahmed Halloun. I'm Lebanese, and I grew up in Venezuela. I'm the head
You're
of...
Lebanese?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm the head of press of the Czech Republic, very international, everything. And I have 3 questions for each one of you. No, 1 question for each. But first of all, before addressing Mika, I have to thank you for all the work you did after the Beirut explosion for everyone back home. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So my first question goes to Laura.
Did it too.
In your
Please,
movie...
can you go closer to the mic? Because,
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Okay, sorry. So my first question is for Laura. In your movie, Un Placer Conocerte, you wonder how your life would have been if you didn't win Sanremo. But at the time you won Sanremo, Italy had already withdrawn from Eurovision, and Sanremo was no longer the selection process.
Exactly.
Have you wondered at this time how your life would have been if you did compete in Eurovision? How the outcome would have been?
So this is a new movie. It's the part 2 of my movie.
I would watch it. For Mika, your question is, as a Lebanese-born artist, how do you feel about Lebanon almost competing, withdrawing at the very last moment, and how Lebanon is not
That
competing?
was in the 90s.
No, 2005.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I thought it was late 90s.
So, and how do you feel about Lebanon not competing in the contest? Would you like to see them here? Would you like to maybe represent it? I don't know. Up to you. Okay. And for Alessandro, which is the biggest difference from all the different shows that you have hosted in the past? Oh my God, my legs are shaking. Oof, 1 second. And from all the different shows that you have hosted in the past, what's the biggest difference that Eurovision has? Okay, thank you very much.
Interesting questions. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I mean, I don't have to say more than that. I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know what it would be happen to me without having lived this kind of experience in Sanremo. Imagine Eurovision at that time was not possible. But it would be very interesting for me to try to do a lot, like un piacere conoscerti, piacere di conoscerti, beh, mi sono tradotta dallo spagnolo, straordinario.
No,
Cioè, piacere di conoscerti tu, Eurovision version.
No. It's just
That's
like,
perfect.
have you ever wondered,
You know
have
what?
you ever questioned your life during this
No, I never,
period of
never.
time? Like, have you think, oh, maybe I had competed, no?
No, I never, because usually I was so lucky when I was so young that all my questions are, the most important questions of mine are regarding regular life, not going on bigger places. So, but that's very interesting. Probably tonight I'm gonna dream about it and then I'll call you back. No, it's okay. I like it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lebanon was this close to actually competing and coming to Eurovision. I think it's a shame that Lebanon is not at Eurovision. I think it would be great. We started this whole press conference with all of us underlining the idea that music is something that enables a different kind of discourse, or enables discourse in the first place. There is so much talent in Lebanon, and as you know, the diaspora of the Lebanese has gone all over the world in so many different places that it just seems a shame that Lebanon is not here. And also geographically, this idea that, you know, Lebanon is this window towards, from the Middle East looking towards Europe and the Mediterranean, and the link that Europe has with Lebanon. So I would love to see that happen in the future. If there was a possibility of helping that happen, then I would personally love to help that happen.
Thank you.
You know, so yeah, I think this idea more and more of every country assuming also its musical and linguistic differences, and you're going to really hear it over the next week. It makes it all the more interesting for as many countries as possible to join.
Thank you.
As for me, I think in my career, I've mostly done two different genres: music shows and more comedy stuff. Eurovision, of course, belongs to the music shows, and it's big. I mean, the MTV stages were big, the X Factor stage is huge, but this is bigger than everything I've done before. Plus, I like the Eurovision because Eurovision is not a political show, but it has value. And when you have value, you are political in a way. And I think I and we all share the values of Eurovision. So it feels nice to be here, to do something like this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
I'm so sorry, I know you have so many questions, but you know, time is running so fast, so it's time just for the last question, an important one we love to ask. What's for you the sound of beauty, our slogan?
That took a long time for us to figure out. Each one of us has a different version, I think.
Yes, and I'm curious to listen to yours.
Well, okay. It can be, well, it's different for everyone. For some people, it's their kid, right? Yeah. For me, that would kind of like, you know, when my nephew or my niece makes noise, it's kind of a nightmare.
No, but you love him so much, I've seen.
I know, but not when they make noise. It's definitely
Yeah, I
not
know, but he loves you.
For some people, it's birds. For some people, it's the sound of their lover. For some people, it's a cello. Other people hate the cello and they just want to hear electro.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the idea that the sound of beauty means something completely different to each person is kind of the answer. It's
Yeah.
the diversity of it all. You know, it's
beautiful answer.
it's this idea that everyone has their own version of the Sound of Beauty, and what might be yours is completely going to be, you know, his or hers or their nightmare. And that's what we're trying to kind of figure out. Present your Sound of Beauty. Present how you think you are beautiful, because we talk about sound, but it's more than that. It's like, what makes you beautiful? In a world stage in front of 200 million people, what makes you beautiful? Show us what you got.
Bellissima. No, I'm not joking. I just really enjoy to listen to this answer, and I appreciate to be by your side.
That's very kind. Thank you.
And now, Alessandro Cattelan is going to give your answer.
I agree as well. No, I agree what Mika just said, and if I have to think about the Sound of Beauty for me, it would be either something from my childhood, or which is me after the first sip of beer at the pub.
Yeah,
That's my Sound of Beauty.
I'm with you there.
Veramente non pensavo avessi... And so, for me, it's, I have lots of answers, so I have to choose one. No, but I'm gonna give you three. The first one is when I hear "Mama." The second one is when I'm saying, when I'm saying "Italia." And the last one is the most important one, that probably is going to put all the things together, which is a short, very short word, and it means, for me, the Sound of Beauty, which is art. A-R-T, arte, because inside this little word, there's a world and sounds of beauty.
Super.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for your answers.
And now it's time for a big surprise, because to celebrate the 17th birthday of TV Sorrisi e Canzoni, the Telegatto, one of the most beloved prize of television, is back. So please give a huge welcome to Aldo Vitali, the editor-in-chief of TV Sorrisi e Canzoni.
Sorrisi is magic. Vai.
Thank you.
Sorrisi
Forever, forever.
You don't know it.
Cioè, volevamo fare anche la sigla.
It's very strange for me to speak with you, Laura, in English, but I
It's
try.
very strange for me too. Very strange,
Very, very
soprattutto.
strange.
I like it.
Okay, TV Sorrisi e Canzoni, translate in English, means television, songs, and smiles.
Yeah.
And I think that could be a nice claim also for Eurovision. And tonight I am here because I want to give you a special award that in the past was given to legends like Paul McCartney, Pavarotti, Robert De Niro, and now it's time. Laura, no, because Laura has a lot of Telegatti. If you go in her home, you open the freezer, there is a Telegatto. You open
ma cosa dici?
everywhere, there is a Telegatto, I think.
No way,
But
no.
for
Thank
Mika
you.
and for Ale is the first, and I hope is not the last. And so good luck for this beautiful.
Never say that.
Thank you.
Never, no, don't say that.
No.
No.
Non gli piace che dici
No,
good luck.
No.
Digli merda.
Shit, no,
Oh,
shit.
ecco.
Merde.
Merde. Okay, merde. And thank you very much.
Thank
you.
you for this privilege.
Now someone give you the.
Can we have it?
Grazie,
Yes,
direttore.
The Telecat.
Thank you.
No, grazie. Io adoro i telegatti, so thank you very much.
Thank you for this
Telecat is
award.
on the table. Not
You know,
yet. Not yet.
Oh, this is
Not
Ale,
yet.
Ale,
Not
you
yet.
know, Ale,
Now,
you know
the
why
Telecat
there
is
is
on
a
the
cat?
What?
You know why there is a
No,
cat?
please explain us. Always wanted
no.
to say.
Because the cat is the symbol of the
very much.
watching in relaxed television. No, you stroking the cat while watching television.
I didn't know that.
And the dog is not the same because in Italian, if you say that actor is a dog,
It's a dog. It's
another
not a
thing.
nice thing.
It's
Yes,
not
yes,
a good
yes, yes.
thing. Okay.
Okay, thank
Wow,
you.
I didn't,
Thank you.
thank you, direttore.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Grazie TV Sorrisi e Canzoni.
And now
No,
it's
aspetta,
time...
alziamoci in piedi con il telegatto.
Oh, yes, of course.
È figo avere il
Perché-
telegatto, a me mi piace. Sorrisi is magic, Sorrisi forever. E il direttore! Grazie.
Thank you.
Okay, now it's time for the photo call with our host. And I would like to remind you that it's allowed just the photo and not videotape and no other
Thank you to all the press.
Thank you for
Grazie
being
mille.
here. Thank you for being here. And I won't say good luck, but merda, merda, merda. Okay, merda, merda.